Hello, hello. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am Christy VANN with VANNtastic Finances, and on this channel, I teach velocity banking. And it's been a pretty exciting week. What am I saying? Every week is an exciting week. Just happens to be that this one is the week that starts our 3-day financial mastery. We're going to have so many speakers coming in, and I'm so excited. So, this is my video to let you know that it begins with you. It begins with you. What do you want to do with your life, with your finances, with everything that matters while we're on this earth? It begins with you. What do you want to do? You know what? Your will determines a lot of what happens in your life, because if you've got a will to succeed, you're going to succeed. And you know what? That's what these financial masteries are about, is having 3 days that is full of financial information and spiritual. I'm always going to add the spiritual side in there, because that is the biggest part of our lives that we need to have in order. And I always include it in my conferences, my webinars, and sometimes in my videos, because it is absolutely important. So with the financial mastery that begins tomorrow, by the way, it's very, very important that you get all of the information that you need. That's, if you're not informed, you don't even know what options you have, right? So I will tell you about one of my clients that I just worked with. He was super awesome. But he runs a business, and he was loaded in debt. Loaded. We're talking $12,000 a month in debt payments. That's overwhelming. I don't care how much money that you make. That's overwhelming. So, you know what? I really think that we're going to help him to get into a position that he can get out of most of those monthly payments. Anybody in the house say, yeah, because that's exciting. When you tell somebody that, you're going to eliminate most of the monthly payments by using a different strategy than just that month to month, making the payment they told us to make. Isn't that aggravating? Isn't that so aggravating? I've said this before in videos, but when you sit back making monthly payments and you're not paying attention to where your money's going, then you might as well go down the road and throw out the window the money that you're paying in interest every month, because that's literally where it's going. Nowhere. That is the way that the bank charges you for allowing you to use their money. Isn't that crazy? And we're talking on that 30-year mortgage, you're talking about 20 years of interest only, maybe more. 20 years. So I don't know. I have a lot to say about that, because I don't like to see people uneducated about what's happening with your loans. Once you get educated, you're going to get so excited, because now you know what to do, what strategy to use that's going to get you out of that mess that you're in. Okay, so with this guy, I think he has 24 years left on the current mortgage that he's in. He has a HELOC, but the HELOC is at a little bit higher interest rate than the first lien HELOC. So by the time we put not just his mortgage and his HELOC into a line of credit, and mind you, this is $1.2 million of debt. I know some of you just passed out, and I'm waiting for you to stand back up. $1.2 million in debt. Overwhelming. Overwhelming. With over $12,000 a month in monthly payments on that debt. So go with me here. When I calculated, now remember I said he had 24 years left on the mortgage. And then he has all of this other debt below. Just taking the monthly payments that he already makes. I'm not saying, dude, you got to get frugal. I'm not frugal. Why would I tell him to get frugal? But just taking the monthly payments that he's already making, that $12,000 plus dollars, putting that 1.2 million into a tool that works for him, works for his money, how fast do you think he's going to be out of debt? I want to see some answers in the chat. How fast do you think he's going to pay off the $1.2 million in debt just using the payments that he's already making of $12,000 per month plus how much? Robin, you are just like a little hopeless romantic. Anybody, you got the nerve to put anything in there. Put anything in there. He will probably pass away. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else want to guess? That's hilarious. Is that Katie? Katie, Texas. But you're Katie as well? That would be pretty neat. 2 years? Lord have mercy. This guy is not a millionaire. I wish 2 years. But seriously, taking, catty, like in a cat. Gotcha. Okay. So taking the 26-year mortgage, none of his cash flow, we're just talking about the payments that he's already making, converting that into the new tool that he is going to use. The 1.2 million went down to less than, because there's some payments I didn't use that I think we can end up using, but less than 11 years. 24 years down to, let's say, less than 15 years. That is 10 years of interest. If we got it to, 15 years or less. Now, the bank that he spoke with today told him 11 and a half years. 11 and a half years. That's straight from the bank. Now, let's add a couple of thousand in cash flow. What do you think he's going to be doing for a payoff? Yeah, about 9 years. So just looking at that scenario, that's not, Christy VANN. This is math. Christy VANN just told him about some vehicles he could use that he's not using right now. So if he can take a 24-year payoff on a mortgage down to less than 10 years, depending on how he uses his new cash flow. I mean, do you know why I enjoy doing this work? Do you get it? Because people are getting free. The look on his face when we first signed on compared to the look he had on his face when we signed off, was like two different people. The guy I signed on with, you could just see it on his face. He was worn down. He's exhausted. He thought there's no way I'm ever going to get out of this debt. And, it was taking him into a negative cash flow because the debt payments are so high. So when we discussed some strategies he can use, by the time we signed off, he was just floored. He was just floored because how do you go from a negative to a positive? How is that even possible? I mean, he's not getting a second job. Oh my goodness. Did I say that out loud? Because some people tell us that we not only need a second job, but we need to deliver pizzas and do Uber. So he's not getting a second job. He's not even getting frugal in his, what was it? 16 and 16. He's not even going to have to reduce his $1,300 per month food bill. Why? Because he's just using the tools that serve him now. Whereas before, he thought he had no choice. He had to, make those monthly payments. That's what they tell us to do. Make your monthly payments and you'll go to heaven. No, make your monthly payments and you're going to go to financial hell and you're going to live there. And that's what I would like to see the American people do, is get free. Get free. That's why I get up every morning. That's why I am so excited that this channel is reaching more and more and more people, because everybody deserves to know. Okay? Yeah, eat beans and rice. Yeah, I know. The discipline it will take, though, will certainly pay off. The discipline, he's already disciplined. He's already making monthly payments. We're not having him to get disciplined. We're letting him stay right to where his lifestyle is. It's just now that all of those monthly payments that he's making, paying interest, is going to flip. And now that's cash flow that he can use to put into his new source. And he's already got a list as long as my leg of expenses that he has, where, he included buying the clothes. He included having the extras and, extra money for this and, the eating out in the restaurants. And he's already included all of that. He's at exactly what he spent in 2025. But had additional expenses that he had come up last year that aren't scheduled for this year. So when I hear discipline, I hear, we gotta watch every penny. Oh, yeah, if I want to buy that extra outfit this week, it's just not going to be possible because I'm disciplined and I'm paying off my debt. I don't live that way, and I don't expect that you will. So when we have these conversations one-on-one, I'm realistic. If they pay $600 a month for their dog to have food, then we're going to calculate that in. We're not going to kill off the animals. We're not going to sell them. We're not going to stop doing whatever your lifestyle is with the going out. We want to take you right where you are and give you answers. Now, if you just are upside down to the point there's no way a line of credit can help you, like I've told you before, Money Max can. But when we're dealing with a line of credit, you have to have some cash flow. Oh, yeah. Another thing that guy was doing was he was letting $62,000 in savings set in checking and savings accounts, max drawing 3%. So when you run the numbers, and I ran the numbers on one credit card, just took $28,000, ran the interest that credit card is charging him. He was paying $390 per month in interest only on that one credit card. So if he took $28,000 of his savings that is sitting there not doing anything for him, it's helping the bank. It's not helping you. They told you. Oh, I know, I hear it. You got to have at least 3 to 6 months and even a year of your expenses saved in a savings account. So when that rainy day comes, I know. I've studied it all. If you don't have a line of credit, and if you can't get a line of credit, then Money Max can help you if you're in a position that you need to act now. That's the only option I have found for people who cannot get a line of credit due to credit scores. So let's see. Anybody else have questions? I'm going to jump off of here. I wanted to come on and give you my experience today with one of the clients. How much peace I saw come across his face. That just made my day. And I'm so excited to do that. The idea is to give you some answers, and that is what it's going to do tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to have that financial mastery. We're going to have many speakers come in. If you're a Chris Noggle fan, he's going to be here. If you want to learn more about the infinite banking, you've got to show up. If you want to learn about what else? Oh my gosh, we have so much. Money Max is going to be there. The infinite banking concept's going to be discussed. The vault, the VANNtastic vault software, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about my high performance coaching. My coach is going to be there. My preacher, of course, is going to be there because it's super serious. Spiritual matters are. Who else are we having? I need to keep the list right here in front of my face. Oh, Brent Carlson's going to be there. He's going to be talking about the trust, what that looks like, how to set them up, how they help. What else are we going to talk about? What am I forgetting? JJ the CPA was not able to join after all, so that was kind of depressing because I absolutely love the information that he has, so that's not going to be on, unfortunately. I can't answer those questions right now because I don't have time to get into strategies. I am so sorry. I see that some of you, can a credit card work the same way as a line of credit if used the same way? The credit cards, you can only put your expenses that are chargeable on a credit card. They can be used. That's how I started, but they cannot be used as a line of credit unless they're with the same bank that you have your checking account. I hope that helps. Okay, so I'm going to put the 3-day link in here again today. You don't want to miss this. I'm just telling you, you don't want to miss this. This is always a good time. I'm always excited to hold these. It's only $59 this year. That's cheaper than it was last year. And the reason that I did that was because I want to make it available to everybody, because this is 3 days of information. During my session, I'm also going to talk about velocity banking, of course. I'm going to deep dive in the difference between the loan and the line, because I feel like people, first of all, they don't even know that there is a line of credit. But we're going to talk about how they work and why they work so well with our finances. But I'm also going to talk about a new workshop that I have beginning in February. So you guys that show up for that, we're going to talk about that workshop and what it looks like. And we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. So I am so excited to be able to share this information with you so that you can come into peace, just like the guy I dealt with today. Large income, but larger debt. 1.2 million. Can you imagine how that would weigh on you? It was very, very stressful for him. But you know what? I pulled up his worksheet. I was looking at it. When he signed on, I was like, oh, yeah, we got all kinds of options for this guy. And when I told him, I'm like, yeah, when I look at your worksheet, I see definite hope. You're just using the wrong tools. He was like, well, that's why I signed up, is because I need to know what you see. And oh my goodness, it was just like, well, you could do this, you could do that, throwing the options out there for him. He made a choice of what he wants to try first. So he is now working with the bank on that, getting that in order, seeing, like I said, the bank came in 6 years under what I did for his payoff. I was like, wow, I was missing it on this one. I bet money if I sent him to Money Max, he would get 2 more years shaved off of that, just sitting where he is, not getting into a line of credit, because it works for people that do not have the line of credit. So there's options, people. Please don't sit there thinking that there's no way. And for goodness sake, if you're like the person I talked to yesterday that said, oh, I've seen what you do, I see what you teach, and it makes sense. But my only problem is I don't want to change. Do you know what? I sit and I try to think, okay, what did he just say to me? Did he really just say to me, I would rather throw away thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars than to take 30 minutes, look at my worksheet, see what I can do differently, and be set up for life and save thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars? Because you don't want to change? Well, then stay in it. Stay smothered up. I don't care. I know I'm not going to do that. And my prayer is that the people that find these videos are going to not do that. Because why would you throw away thousands of dollars into junk that doesn't help you one bit? You are going to work to give the bank money because you don't want to change. I am going to start screaming, because that is just, I don't understand that person those people that feel that way, that they're too afraid to make a move. Oh, I'm just afraid. Well, make payments. I'm not mad at you. But I think that everybody that's watching this video and all of the ones on the VANNtastic channel, you're watching them because you're tired of making payments. You're tired of being loaded with debt and you want something new. And I want to give you something new. I want to give you peace. That's my prayer for each and every one of you. You know, I pray that the favor of the Lord is all over the VANNtastic community. I pray that you have your eyes opened and that you see things you never saw before and that you get excited. I hope that you jump up and down in excitement for the newfound education that can free you financially, because I know it will. I know it can. And, you know, that's what all of the options are about. That's why the VANNtastic Vault, and the Christy AI and the new software was created. That's why Money Max was created, to help you to get to that next level. And we just have different tools available so that you can get some answers. That's what it's about. Okay, guys, I hope I see you in the 3-day. I put the 3-day financial mastery. I pinned it at the top. I'm getting ready to pin it at the top. Okay, so it's at the top and it's in the chat. If you want to register for that, please do so now, because tomorrow morning we're in. That link, I don't think the link's been cut off yet. I never thought about it. I hope not. But go through the link, sign up, $59 for 3 days. You're going to love it. It is recorded. In the event you miss a session, you can get the recording. So get excited, stay encouraged. And, you know, I want you to have not a good day. I was able to. Okay. All right. So Caddy, Texas gal. Texas is my favorite. I mean, I have so many clients in Texas. I dreamed of writing on a whiteboard and showing our kids and siblings how we did it. Good for you. Good for you, Amanda. Thank you for saying that. It's so funny. Where was I? No, I don't want you just to have a good day. I want you to have a VANNtastic day. I want you to get a strategy that blows your mind and pays off your debt in a third of the time that it was going to. Okay? That's my excitement, because I'm excited for you guys. And I hope that you have, like I said, the VANNtastic day. I'll see you in the next video.